Viewers, good evening, good day, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your geographical location. I send you my special greetings. I trust you are all good and doing well. My name is Ika. Welcome once again to my video talk and thank you for joining me today. My topic of discussion today is on graduate scheme or work permit for international students. But before I go deep into this interesting topic, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. This will allow YouTube to notify you of my subsequent videos on similar topics. Now back to the topic of the day, graduate scheme. My last video was on countries who allow or give international students permission to work while they study. This type of work is different from what I refer to as graduate scheme, though they are kind of connected, but I will expatiate upon it. So what is graduate scheme? It is a kind of permit given to international students, allowing them to stay back in the countries that they studied to look for a job, to get a job, and to, if possible, get a permanent job and settle down there. The names of this scheme varies from country to country. Some countries call it graduate scheme, others call it graduate route, some call it work permit, and others call it some other names. But we'll see the different names as we progress in this video. To reiterate and to further clarify, the said scheme is when a student is given some extra year or years to stay back to work or look for work after their graduation. It is usually 1 year after a first degree and 2 years or 3 years for a master's degree or both. Most times, international students use this scheme to get permanent jobs in the countries they studied. So how do you apply or access this scheme? The way it works is this. When you have been given admission to study abroad, however, before then, listen, I have always said that before even you seek and get admission, please always read about the school. Now, if you're interested in this kind of scheme, which is a very good scheme, find out if the school has it, if they have it in that country before you apply, okay? So after you are given admission, after application, you are given admission, you'll be given a study visa to come into that country and start your study. And of course, you would have applied before you're given a visa. So I'm just jumping because I'm going somewhere. I want to make the main point. Upon your graduation, you will make another application to the immigration department of that country for a permit for this particular scheme. Once it is confirmed that you have completed your course and graduated, the immigration department will give you a permit to stay back in that country. This permit will last for as long as the scheme is drafted for. So if it is drafted for 2 years, you stay for 2 years. The visa will last for 2 years. If it is 3 years, like that, accordingly, depending on the qualification you graduated for. If a student is lucky enough to get a permanent job during the time frame of the scheme, then they will usually have the opportunity to apply for their permanent residency or work permit. Then subsequently, their citizenship, depending on the guidelines put in place by the immigration of that country. The country they studied. As considerate and as nice as this may seem, this scheme, it is shocking to know that this provision is not available in every country of study abroad. So only a few countries have this provision. Only a few countries have put this scheme in place in their schools. So for the purpose of today's topic, our focus is on the countries who have put in place this scheme for its international students. And the names of this country are United Kingdom. The United Kingdom introduced this scheme for students to stay back to work for a period, depending on the level of study you graduated with. They call it the graduate route. The scheme was launched just this year, 1st July this year. The international students the students who have completed a degree from first degree upward are eligible to apply for this scheme. But candidates of certificate courses, English course, or diploma are said not to be eligible for this scheme. So your course must be a degree course. either first degree or master's or doctorate. Ireland. You are allowed to stay back to work for a period of time after your graduation in Ireland. The scheme allows 1 year for a first degree and 2 years for a master's degree. Right? I hope you're following. In Ireland, this scheme is called the graduate scheme. So I'm used to this name. That's why I'm using it, graduate scheme. Now, the next country is Canada. Canada is one of the countries that offer a similar scheme for international students who studied in their country. International students who graduated from designated schools can apply for the post-graduation work permit. In Canada, it is called Post-Graduation Work Permit, PGWP. The permit will usually last for a period of 3 years, by which time a student is expected to have had a permanent job and applied for a further permit. That's if the job is possible. Getting the job is possible. So Germany is the next country. International students who graduated in Germany are granted what is called residence permit. Sorry, excuse me. This permit is for a maximum of 18 months for the students to use in searching for jobs in their area of study or specialty. Within that period, if you succeed in getting a job, you will then progress to apply for a permit called employment visa. Employment visa. America. Students who had their F-I-1 study visa who have graduated can convert it to H-1B visa. So the student visa in America is called F-1 study visa. Now, after graduation, in this similar scheme, you now convert to apply for H-1B visa, which allows you to work for a period of 3 years. And for special circumstances, this period can be extended to 6 years. The next country is New Zealand. In New Zealand, international students who have attained what they call a level 4 to 6 educational qualification will be entitled to get a post-study work visa. This level of study is equivalent to a graduate level of study. So, level 4 to 6. After graduation, you get what is called post-study work visa. That means in New Zealand, that's the name they call it there. That scheme is called post-study work visa. To the best of my knowledge, all of the above mentioned countries are the countries that give students the opportunity to stay back and look for work or get a job and settle down. The scope and the content of this scheme is dependent on individual country. It's not consistent. It's not the same. If you read it up, you see variation in details. The essence of this scheme is to give the international student the opportunity to look for work or get a job permanently, which may also lead the student to get a permanent permit and to live in the country they studied. Or maybe work for the period given within the scheme to save enough money after graduation if you choose to go back home. So this brings us to the end of my video discussion today on graduate scheme. And I hope this video will be helpful to someone out there. Someone will be able to get something out of this video. Because this topic is a very important topic in the sense that if you are able to sort out these schools and apply to them and get admitted, then you are guaranteed to spend 1 or 2 more years to get a good job and make reasonable money. And then decide whether to stay or to go back home. So, okay, I will end this video today. But before then, please remember to like, share, and hit the subscribe button with the bell. Like I said earlier, this will enable YouTube send you a notification anytime I post a new video on similar topic. On that note, my wonderful viewers, thank you for your time with me today. Goodbye, take care, and stay safe. And see you in my next video. Bye.